Hello, greetings and salutations there. Whoops, I forgot to clip on my microphone. There we go. Everybody didn't like the striped shirt that I wore. Obviously fat guys are not supposed to be wearing striped shirts, so I've discontinued the striped shirt. Something I've said since day one on the Fujifilm GFX, and I'm easily the biggest GFX fan, Fujifilm fan in the world, is that Fujifilm would be the first company to normalize medium format, and that's exactly what they've done. And they would make cheap the medium format cameras, and the GFX 50R was really the first of those, and really kind of an extension of that was the GFX 100S, and the GFX 100, of course, $10,000 GFX camera. I've owned all the GFX cameras except for the 100S, which I had for borrow for about a month, but now with the GFX 50S Mark II, we have the exact same sensor in the body of the GFX 100S, which of course saves Fujifilm a lot of money, since they don't actually have to reinvent the wheel as far as the chassis is concerned. So it's going to have IBIS, it's going to have the superior autofocus of the GFX 100 and 100S, $4,000. That sensor has been around for many countless years, and I've said since day one the exact same thing that I'm saying now, is that there's no such thing as an old medium format sensor. The dynamic range and the output from that sensor is absolutely incredible. So there's nothing to complain about. Obviously the XH2 is coming in 2022. It will be announced. I know there's supposed to be two models of the XH2. One's going to be video centric, the other one's going to be photo centric. This gives Fujifilm a broader platform for more sales instead of sticking everything in one body. That's always been an issue with overheating issues and other issues and all these cameras. Everybody wants their camera to be both the absolute perfect best camera in the world and absolutely the best video camera, and you run into logistics and actually design nightmares, and specifically hardware nightmares in doing that. So the XH2 is going to come in two models. I thought that was coming. I knew it would. That's something that Sony should have been doing all this time, is make a photographic-centric X model and another a video-centric of the exact same model, except with some differences that it's geared towards video or towards photography. New lenses in the X mount line, 18 to 200 millimeter, and the 150 to 600 millimeter. I've been beating Fujifilm over the head now for years that they need a tilt-shift lens. I know that their first lens, there's really only two necessary tilt-shift lenses, regardless if it's medium format or not. One's wide angle for architecture and landscape, and the other one is between 50 to 85 millimeter full frame equivalent, and that's for product photography. So Fujifilm's first tilt-shift lens is going to be a wide angle tilt-shift lens for architecture and for landscape primarily, not that you can't do other things with it. So it's good that they're going to have a tilt-shift lens. It will be astronomically expensive. All tilt-shift lenses are very expensive. So 20 to 35 millimeter wide-angle zoom, which we knew was coming. Also to a 55-1.7 prime. There's going to be a new 23 millimeter 1.4, which will not be optically superior to the current 23 millimeter 1.4, which is already excellent, except it will basically just have an updated autofocus mech for much faster autofocus. There's going to be a super cheap kit lens medium format. It's kind of weird saying kit lens in medium format. However, that idea has actually been around now for decades, but not like this. It's going to be a subcompact 35 to 70 with I can already tell you, even though I don't have the lens in my hand, it's not going to be superior image output, but it'll at least be as good as the 50 millimeter pancake GF lens. Just essentially a cheap kit lens to get people into medium format. What Fujifilm will do is they'll bundle that cheap. That, by the way, that lens in standalone is going to be $1,000. What they're going to do is they're going to bundle the new GFX 50S Mark II with this cheap kit lens, and it'll be like, I don't know, $4,500. Maybe you'll get it for like $500 off. I doubt it will be that cheap bundled, but it might be. So with the 50S, you're getting the same sensor as found in the 50R and the original 50S, Fujifilm's first medium format camera, except with IBIS, but in the great ergonomic body of the GFX 100S. So, and also to the improved autofocus algorithms. That's it, $4,000 for an IBIS medium format. I told everybody this over and over again that Fujifilm would be doing this on the medium format front, and of course I was 100% correct. It's not like they're going to have a medium format camera for like the high-end product, portrait, landscape architecture. No, Fujifilm is going to have their own full-frame line, except it's not a full-frame line, it's a medium format line. And that really sets themselves apart from any other camera company. They really would have been committing hara-kiri if they decided to go full frame. Nobody now should ever ask Fujifilm, if they're going to go full frame. The answer is no. They themselves have actually said that, a couple of their executives. So, I can't wait to see the XH2. Be more interested in the photographic-centric XH2 since I don't really care about video. I've never cared about video. I hate video. It's just absolute misery to work with video. But that's just me. I've always hated video, honestly, said the guy with 7,000 videos on YouTube, right? So, GFX 50S Mark II, $4,000 is one hell of a price. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I mean, the image output will be a known. The ergonomics in the body is a known, since it's the 100S body. So, I really want to see the 18 to 200 millimeter and the 150 to 600. Fujifilm's current telephoto zoom lens is, to me, unimpressive, as I said in my free Fujifilm book, which, by the way, is a free download in the description below. So, there we have it. 2 XH2s for next year, the GFX 50S Mark II, and a slew of new lenses, and thankfully a wide-angle tilt shift for medium format, which I've been beating Fuji over the head to make, and of course I knew they were listening to me, and I knew it was coming. I even said last year that the tilt shift GFX lens was coming, and of course I was right. So anyway, thank you so much, and wait for it, Fuji. I'm really exhausted from making leather wallets. If I look a little down or anything like that, I'm not down, I'm just completely worn out. So thanks.